The following report aims to create a 5-year strategic plan for CVS Pharmacy. The report must accomplish the company's goals while also ensuring its success and profit. The plan must also capitalize on the developments and fluctuations within the healthcare industry. To accomplish the aims of this report, the group conducted an organizational review of the company. We also conducted an in-depth business and operational analysis that utilizes the SWOT technique. From there, strategic options were developed, refined, and selected. Finally, an execution plan, budget, and resource allocation breakdown and an execution review are also conducted. Compared to other industries, the healthcare industry is much more complicated and constantly changing. Reform, technology, medicine, delivery of care, and the fundamental architecture of the industry is shifting. Patients themselves want customized services, and value based care is shifting the focus to patients as well. COVID 19 is also likely to radically impact the industry with a push towards telemedicine, EMRs, and virtual care. Providers that previously stated that virtual care would never work in their specialty now have begun working remotely almost overnight. With the turbulence of the healthcare industry in mind, strategic planning is critical now more than ever and has become almost a requirement of the organizations within this industry. To begin, we'll start with a quick summary of CVS Pharmacy. A subsidiary to CVS Health, the pharmacy services more than 4.5 million customers daily and fills over 2.5 billion prescriptions. They also maintain over 9,900 retail locations, 25 specialty pharmacies, and over 1,100 minute clinics. Another service they provide is Caremark, the company's pharmacy benefit management solution. Known as one of the more innovative and ahead of the curve competitors in the industry, CVS Pharmacy is constantly setting the bar. For example, they even partnered with IBM to use Watson's artificial intelligence system to predict when customers may need interventions to avoid health crises. With that being said, no organization is immune to the previously mentioned turbulent healthcare climate, which is why we formulated the following strategic plan.
CVS Pharmacy's mission and vision statements embody CVS Health. They explain and define the goals that CVS want to establish for customers, employees, and stakeholders involved. Their mission statement describes what they want to accomplish, and their vision statement describes how they're going to do it. They want all customers to receive the best possible healthcare services they can. In doing so, they even offer a monitoring system to promote drug safety use in the U.S. With this, physicians also are able to handle a pharmacy benefits program to help their patients have healthier lives through safe and quality medications. Their mission statement below states to improve the lives of those we serve by making innovative and high quality health and pharmacy service safe, affordable, and easy to access. Their vision statement below is more focused on the quality of the services they provide. They seek to have long-lasting impacts on the health outcomes and general human life. The vision statement also points out the company's integral approach to improving many different areas of the healthcare setting, including quality and access to care that they offer. CVS Pharmacy's vision statement states, "We strive to improve the quality of human life." CVS has a culture that is very community driven. With them being a retail pharmacy and in the business of healthcare, they try to get back to underserved populations and areas. They give back to employees, consumers, and other stakeholders in the organization. With this, they focus on professional growth in the organization, and they focus through that mentorship and leadership among these employees to help solve community-based issues, which again they believe is their social responsibility. The organizational culture positively impacts all their strategic areas of CVS's operations, and with this, by staying true to their values, it allows them to achieve operational effectiveness and strategic positioning strategies for their employees. The values that they stand by in the business include innovation, collaboration, caring, integrity, and accountability. Recently, in 2014, CVS made it standard that in all their stores they would not sell cigarettes or tobacco, as it wasn't the right thing to do for being a healthcare organization, and they want to focus on better quality care doing so. That is just one example of them holding true to one of their core values, and that's accountability. One of the greatest strengths for CVS Pharmacy is their brand equity. They are the leading pharmacy innovation company in the US. They also have a market share of around 25% in the pharmacy industry, with Walgreens being around 19%. Their customer satisfaction is high through their diversified business portfolio, which offers over-the-counter prescriptions, beauty products, photo finishing, seasonal merchandise, greeting cards, and convenience items. They also have a reliable network of consumers, and they try to reward them through their royalty program called ExtraCart, which has over 70 million registered members currently. Some of their weaknesses is their business model, which is easily repeated and was followed by Amazon in 2018. Changes in regulations can affect them if the government mandates that through the US, which could hurt their business. Demand forecasting can affect their business when products are recalled, such as baby products and children's cough syrup. And with this, it can negatively affect CVS's revenues by increasing their expenses and change their bottom line performance. Some also legality issues can happen if suits are brought, if different policies and procedures are not followed by CVS. The biggest opportunity CVS Pharmacy has is switching to an e-commerce platform. Right now, larger numbers of Americans are moving for convenience and discounts, and CVS should shift with them. Expansion into an international market could also show for untapped revenue potential, as right now CVS mainly sells nationally. Platform forecasting will be very important, especially with Medicaid-based options, as general enrollments and spending for managed care with increasing costs are subject to change. Competition, especially in the national market, involving Walgreens, Walmart, Amazon, and Rite Aid are their biggest competitors. The digital health trend has allowed for CVS to move most of its information online, and they still must adhere to laws such as HIPAA and high-tech, and if they to not come to liabilities that could damage their brand. The turnover rate for staff and personnel is something that also could be valued as a threat, as minimum wages will be increasing as time goes on, and as they choose to expand, they'll have less revenue to work with, so they'll have to make sure that they're paying the right amount for their employees. There's also regulatory issues that they face to make sure that they maintain a certain amount of Medicare participants in their Medicare Part D plan, and if they fail to retain these enrollees and they have new renewals formed, the service line could be affected.
Develop and select strategic options. The development of the 5-year strategic direction. Just like in chess, strategy is important in order to be successful. CVS needs to approach its strategic options with clarity and laser focus on critical strategic drivers. Some of the key drivers are for CVS to stay true to its mission and vision as it plans its moves. CVS has to provide real value to the communities that they serve. E-commerce and digital health are two overlapping critical drivers for the future success of CVS. Also, regulatory issues and changes in laws affecting the pharmacy space will play a major role in strategy development. CVS must keep in mind its number one asset, its employees, as they are the ultimate key to success of any strategy that CVS endeavors to take. Strategy 1. Build a robust, modern information infrastructure. CVS deals with a large amount of private health data that increases in volume on a daily basis. CVS requires significant technology to manage this data. CVS is legally bound to protect this data and also legally bound to securing their systems. They must develop a robust information technology infrastructure with the most up-to-date protocols to avoid any potential breaches. Protecting private health information is critical to the success of CVS's future strategies. Strategy 2. Expand community healthcare services. Expanding access to care is a major strategy for CVS. Using existing store locations in communities across the country as well as partnering with Target stores will help with this expansion goal. There will be a special focus on reaching medically underserved populations within these communities. Through the use of health hubs, minute clinics, staffed by advanced practice providers, CVS will reach numerous new patients at convenient locations and times. Pharmacists and nurses will be integral to the success of this strategic option as consumers begin to accept the new transformation and new paradigm of delivery of care. Strategy 3. Promote consumer engagement and brand loyalty. CVS will focus on creating consumer engagement and brand loyalty by offering personalized services. Utilizing reward programs and extra perk programs such as Extra Care and Care Pass. Also, using interactive digital in-store kiosks and personal customer interactions with key staff will be a part of this strategy. Customers want to be heard and have their needs and wants met. CVS will aim to deliver genuine quality and real value with this strategic option. Strategy 4. Expand online e-commerce presence. 90% of American consumers shop online from their smart devices and computers. It is estimated that 70% of consumers with health insurance will shop for prescriptions, pharmaceuticals, and beauty products online. There is fierce competition in this space from companies like Amazon, Walgreens, and Rite Aid. CVS needs to expand in this area by making significant improvements in easy-to-use mobile and digital applications. This chart illustrates the projected growth of online pharmacy sales in North America. Sales projections are expected to increase exponentially in the next coming years. Strategy 5. Stay up to date with state and federal regulatory changes. The fifth strategy is for CVS to pay close attention to the legal and regulatory environment. Areas such as Medicare and reimbursement rates are critical to the financial bottom line, and these areas need to be acted upon and adjustments need to be made quickly on a corporate level if necessary to avoid losses. Positive laws and positive regulations generating new revenue and creating opportunities for new business also need close attention. For example, regulations increasing the scope of practice for advanced practice providers and pharmacists can lead to significant revenue generation.
CVS Pharmacy must strive to remain the market leader in retail pharmacy innovation. One strategic objective the company must implement is expanding their online e-commerce presence. According to Technomic, a consulting and research firm, 52% of consumers are avoiding crowds and 32% are staying home more often because of coronavirus. Furthermore, as we examine a consumer shift to e-commerce, this is an ample opportunity for CVS to generate new streams of revenue, to promote consumer engagement, and create brand loyalty, meeting consumers' needs through personalization. Additionally, the organization must implement building a robust, modern information technology infrastructure. At the forefront, CVS must incorporate consumer privacy, safety, and security measures to avert potential lawsuits and be compliant with high-tech and HIPAA. Additionally, the organization should look to expand community healthcare services. The goal would be to increase the reach of healthcare services in the local communities that CVS services. Furthermore, this objective can lead to an increase in job satisfaction for employees through meaningful and gratifying work, and can improve their high turnover rate and retain qualified personnel. In regard to strategic execution plan, CVS Pharmacy must create an e-commerce division tasked with rolling out a new platform within the next 6 to 12 months. This division will be tasked with implementing and rolling out an action plan that will enhance CVS Pharmacy's e-commerce platform at the convenience of consumers. As a leader in a highly saturated market, CVS Pharmacy's reliable network and loyal customer base will allow the organization to stay ahead of the competition. CVS should also hire Deloitte to consult on community health service expansion through retail location and conduct organizational review. The goal for Deloitte is to perform an environmental scan on where CVS can increase their reach of healthcare services in underserved communities. They will be also tasked with conducting an organizational review and providing CVS Pharmacy recommendations in regard to SWOT analysis and internal review of the organization. Lastly, CVS should partner with a technology conglomerate such as Google, Microsoft, or Apple. The technology company will be tasked with integrating PHI and incorporating consumer privacy, safety, and security measures on a cloud-based model. CVS Pharmacy will also draw up a contract that highlights that the technology company can now use consumer information for their own data collection purposes.
In order to execute these plans, CVS must establish their budget and resource allocation.
The table shown in this slide shows each plan of action with their budget expectations. As for our key, low refers to $50 million to $100 million, medium refers to $100 million to $200 million, and high is over $200 million. To highlight some of the major costs, as you can see, e-commerce is not as expensive from a capital standpoint because, simply put, it is the act of creating a website. On the other hand, operating is more costly for this due to managing the supply chain network. As for partnering with a technology conglomerate such as Google, Microsoft, or Apple, this can potentially be very costly, whereas the operating expenses will be low once it is up and running. CVS has piloted an e-commerce program called Health Hub. As of February 2019, Health Hubs in Houston, Texas has already proven to be successful with higher prescription volumes and minute clinic visits, as well as higher front of store sales, traffic, and margins. As for outsourcing financial analysis from Deloitte, that will provide clarity and help expand community healthcare services, and this will be extremely beneficial for CVS once there's a vaccine out for COVID-19 on the market. And as mentioned previously, partnering with technology conglomerates such as Google, Microsoft, or Apple will be very costly. However, in general, healthcare is commonly known to be a step or two behind when it comes to digital transformation. If CVS goes through with a technology partnership, they will be way ahead in IT and digital transformation, and they will be able to further maintain their spot at the head of the market. As for developing proper onboarding for employees, this is extremely important. It is low cost, but it must not be looked over. Employees must fully understand the compliance with high tech and HIPAA, as well as avoid any potential lawsuits or any trouble that comes about with patients. CVS Pharmacy is an extremely successful company that thrives in customer satisfaction and pharmacy innovation. They're considered leaders in the healthcare industry as well as the pharmaceutical industry. And with that, in the next 5 years to come, they need to continue to stay on top of the industry and remain profitable. And they can do so by transforming into a value-based system and continue to prioritize the quality of their services and their customers. And with the rapidly changing landscape of healthcare due to COVID-19, CVS must utilize their leadership position to their advantage and continue to grow to improve customer experience for years to come.